Hello everyone, Vig. Today I decided to continue talking about dreams as specifically to keep exploring dream interpretation itself. In the previous two videos about dreams, we discussed what dreams really are, how they can be used to sneak contracts into our lives, and how they're used to manipulate our consciousness as see, and how they drain our energy through dreams. I also mentioned on my channel how my perspective on dreams, and especially on sleep paralysis, one differs by 180 degrees from what you hear elsewhere. But judging by your comments under those videos, it seems that about 99.9% of you recognized these explanations in your own experience of dreams. See how you feel them and perceive them. So today we're going to delve deeper just to remove any remaining gaps in this topic, sir, so that when certain scenarios appear in your dreams, you can understand what's actually happening to you, and what those dreams are trying to sign you up for. We'll look at which contract tracks might be sneaked in and what each dream might reflect. By tradition days, as we said in an earlier video you can toss out those dream dictionaries because they really don't provide genuine dream interpretations. In my own life, I tried over and over to check dream dictionaries to see why I might be dreaming a certain thing setting, but I always found they never aligned my reality. Honestly, I can sum up my impression of them with one word: nonsense. Especially the online versions. As I explained in earlier videos, my ability to see what dreams truly are, how they function, to interpret them, and to understand what they signify, all this developed only after I began disconnect from various attachments and contracts with interest entities. There's an entire system here, feel like a huge energy farm, aimed at extracting our energy, including through our dreams. When these entities connect to us, they suppress our ability to realize what's really appearing in our dreams freely and what the dreams may represent. Now I have plenty of practical evidence of fear from many people who started using my methods to remove attachments as far back as summer 2021. That's when I posted my first YouTube video about removing these attachments. A lot of people saw that video, tried the techniques then, and soon began noticing a new clarity in their dreams through recognizing intrusions into their dreams, decoding them through picking up all these signals and understanding and what certain images might actually mean. So today I want to share how I decode my own dreams, how I saw them from way back when I only partially understood them, and how I see them now. I call them reflections. I'll explain why I call them that in just a moment. Even when I didn't fully get everything, I had at least a sense of what was happening in my life, and now I have a more complete view. Let's start with the idea of reflections. A reflection is basically something that happens to you, or something happening in your energy field, sealed that you see in a dream. For example, if in a dream someone is offering you something or telling you, hey, this is going to happen to you, or if you literally see something happening to your subtle body, like someone trying to steal it from you, it's a direct reflection of your life on the subtle plane. That subtle plane exists whether you see it or not. Even if you can't see it yet, you might see its echoes in your dreams. Right now, seen in your dreams, you might catch glimpses of these things and respond. Maybe you'll instantly reject a contract they're pushing. You'll annul it so they can't bring negativity into your life. One common type of dream I've been hearing about lately, especially from people who are aware of the transition our world is going through from the dark side of the universe to the bright, is the dream on some form transportation, with a lot of other being of transportation with being of other people. Many have told me about recurring dreams of a train, a bus, and some large vehicle carrying many people, rattling or lottling along moving on somewhere, heading to positive or right. In reality, you can sometimes glean insights from such dreams, because in one way or another they're reflections of what's happening on the subtle plane. If you can't see the subtle plane directly, at least you can catch glimpses of certain dream symbols. Of course, I've said many times that the majority of dreams are illusions set up so they can trick you into contracts. But today, Edu, we're talking about certain reflections you can trust a little more to, which can help you navigate. For instance, Z, a friend of mine, shared a dream in which she was rushing to catch a train. She had her bags packed just as she had her ticket saved, and she knew the train was leaving soon. This was back in 2020, and then the dream felt extremely vivid. It seemed the train was going somewhere very good, like a bright future. She was about to board, and suddenly an old woman appeared, Z, looking uncompetent and sort of scary, Elsa grabbing her arm and saying, "Wait, don't go there. Let her look at this," and pointing to a TV screen that showed images of war Sally, basically distracting her from catching the train. In that moment, you can see a direct example of how a dream might try to get you to agree to something negative. It was like the entity posing as that old lady was trying to talk her out of heading to that bright future. If my friend had agreed to it, that negative contract would have taken hold and something would have derailed her real life path. So fear train or bus going somewhere positive can be a reflection of our world heading in a better direction. Some see it as a train, others as a bus or an airplane, or any kind of public transport carrying lots of passengers. Essentially, it represents our planet or our reality traveling along a timeline, Z symbolized by a train track, a flight path, or road. It's interesting to note how that train appears in your dream, Z. Is it all beaten up? Is it clean and shiny? Is it brand new or falling apart? Because that state can reflect our planet or our parallel reality. Maybe before 2020, the dream train looked rickety Z, while nowadays it might look more stable, stronger, or cleaner. Let me know in the comments. That's how I do these interactive bits. Zero, how did trains or buses appear in your dreams before 2020 and after? Do they look different? I've talked to many people who say their dreams changed drastically after 2020 Emmys, especially when it comes to things like staircases, but we'll get to that soon. Anyway, Z, that's how you can interpret dreams of group travel, large vehicles, and so on. It's a reflection of where our entire world is going. But the events in that dream, say the bus or plane is about to crash or something, that doesn't necessarily mean something bad is actually going to happen in your life. Instead, Z, it may mean they're trying to get you to sign on to a contract allowing the dark side to disrupt or destroy your world's parallel, so keep that in mind. Another reflection of our world, more static, not in motion, could be a large building, Z, like an apartment tower, C, a big place with many rooms or apartments, or maybe a school, a university, or any educational institution. If you see a school or a huge apartment building in your dream full of people, it can reflect the state of our entire reality, the way we're all living together. Sometimes the dream shows a familiar neighborhood or your own house, but in an odd or distorted way. That can still be an echo of the entire world or the parallel that you're in. Before 2020, I often ran through multi-story building dreams in my dreams with big lettered hallways, dusty old dorm style rooms, and everything seemed so run down. There'd be ropes strung up with laundry, weird smells, see generally unpleasant living conditions, these swarms of people in these depressing spaces. I remember those buildings often had labyrinth-like corridors where you could pass from one section to another without going outside, without practically exploring the entire place from the inside. A very striking detail, which many people recall from dreams prior to 2020, is that the stairs in these buildings were broken. You'd be going up the only to find a staircase with the middle part missing, feral or entire flights ripped out, leaving you clinging to crumbling edges. Over and over, I've heard people share the same experience, so it wasn't just me. You think about stairs symbolically, often they represent growth or ascension. People talk about climbing the social ladder or the spiritual ladder. But in these dreams, the stairs are shattered, making it impossible to reach your floor or your apartment. I remember clearly trying to get to the very top floor, seeing my apartment door up there, but there was a missing flight or half the stairs were gone there, so, or just some twisted metal rods dangling. I'd have to scramble, cling to loose plaster, maybe leap across a gap. It was as incredibly hard. This is a very telling reflection. It contradicts the narrative that our world is some ideal environment with perfect balance, where dark and light forces cooperatively help us grow. If that were truly so, why were the stairs symbolizing growth completely destroyed? Apparently, we had no straightforward path to spiritual or personal development. And it wasn't just me as an adult, even children described such dreams with broken staircases, sometimes while being chased through these decaying buildings by scary demonic figures. That's a huge clue that, prior to 2020, we really did have major obstacles preventing us from reaching our rightful level of development or from going upstairs, in a spiritual sense. People often talk about balance, but those shattered stairs told the real story. So let me know if you had these kinds of dreams about broken stairs Z, and also what happened in your stair dreams after 2020. Because personally, I've noticed a shift since 2020. Whenever I see a building or a school now, the stairs are intact either or they're in the process of being repaired. Sometimes I see workers renovating the stairwells e-tile, cement, new steps going in. It's like a reflection of a significant restoration happening in our reality. Each new step might be a new segment of the timeline forming a path for us to ascend. Yes, sir, to please share your experiences in the comments, for I love hearing about how your dreams have changed, especially for those who use my methods of disconnecting attachments since 2020 or so. Next let's talk about elevators. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you might remember me mentioning spatial tunnels or what some call wormholes. Basically, if you fold space, you create a sort of tunnel from point A to point B. Some people who have developed the ability to see the subtle plane can navigate these tunnels or fly through them. When you see an elevator in a dream, it often parallels the idea of going up or down in these subtle pathways. In some esoteric practices, you might hear instructions like enter the elevator and go down to minus 10th floor, which is very telling. If you dream that you're descending into negative floors, say a basement or sub-levels level, that's not a good sign, because it implies you're going into lower worlds. If your dream elevator suddenly breaks and plummets downward south, that's also negative. It might mean an entity is trying to pull one of your subtle bodies into a lower realm. So you should annul that contract. Similarly, if you see your child being kidnapped in a dream, but it's a child you don't actually have in real life, as simply a child you recognize as yours in the dream, that child could represent one of your subtle bodies. If someone is abducting that child Z, it means an attack on your subtle body. Again, Z, it's crucial to respond, set personal boundaries, and say, no, I do not consent. I've explained how to set personal boundaries many times on my channel, also in my courses and in my club. You can find my earliest videos in a playlist called Practical Knowledge. See, that's where I put all the hands on tips about boundaries, dissolving negative contracts, healing methods, and so on. A lot of people underestimate the importance of theory. They want to jump straight into practice. But that's like messing with live electrical wires without, knowing anything about current or safety. Theoretical knowledge is vital if you're going to do these things safely. Anyway, the continuing on sea roads are another important symbol in dreams. If you dream that you're walking or driving along a road, notice where it leads. If the road goes into darkness or a scary tunnel fade, that's a bad sign. It means you're being led somewhere negative fee, and you need to cancel that contract. On the other hand, Z, if you're traveling on a wide, well-maintained road with good visibility, no potholes, that's usually a positive sign that you're on a good timeline. If suddenly that good road ends at a cliff or you're pushed off that Z, that indicates someone is trying to sabotage you to yank you off your path. Cancel that contract immediately. Watch out for all these little story details in your dream because they show how someone may be trying to manipulate your reality. If you notice that you're on a great road, it can confirm that you're indeed moving forward in a positive direction, please. So just keep going. Now, fourth let's talk about a crucial point, how your dream can show the condition of your energy field. Usually, in dreams, This appears as your private home, your house on the ground, or your private apartment, not a multi-story building you share with many families, but a single-family house or a personal apartment. Even if in real life you live with your parents or grandparents, in the dream you know, this is my place. Sometimes the dream shows a house or apartment you've never seen before, but you instinctively know it's yours. That's a reflection of your personal energy field, so look carefully at its condition. Is it clean, bright, well lit with fresh paint and comfy furniture? That indicates a healthy, strong energy field. Congratulations. But if the walls are dingy, the furniture is old, everything's falling apart, say, that means your energy field is in rough shape. Also watch for intruders. If random bandits break in or a horde of strangers shows up uninvited, see that's a direct reflection of some entity attempting to invade your energy space. The same goes if someone picks your lock or if some shady types sneak into your yard to steal apples. Any intrusion like that should be taken seriously as a sign of infiltration attempts in your subtle field. Next to your physical body in a dream is often represented by a car if you have one or a personal vehicle like a motorcycle, bike, scooter, etc. The public transport is more about the collective world still, but a personal vehicle can reflect you in this incarnation. For instance, see if some stranger in your dream gets in your car, grabs the wheel, crashes it, and then blames your fee that's symbolic of a negative entity trying to hijack your life path, create chaos in your reality, and then make you pay the consequences. On a related note, fee money in dreams typically represents your energy or potential. If someone is demanding money from you or tricking you out of cash in a dream, fee that's a contract that attempts to drain your energy. Keep an eye on that. Likewise, see if you dream you're driving your car down a dark, bumpy road or see that suggests an entity is trying to complicate your life. If the road is in good condition, it's a more positive sign. That's it for now. Feel free to share in the comments whether you've had such road dreams. See and if they changed after Tutti Tutti. Also, for those who have successfully removed attachments and noticed more clarity in their dreams, I'd love to hear about your experiences. I hope this video has been helpful. Stay mindful, practice awareness with your dreams. Don't let them sign you up for all kinds of negativity. Remember that dreams are not just random pictures from your brain, they're heavily tied to the matrix system I've mentioned in many videos. If you haven't watched my Matrix playlist yet, please do. It's really interesting. In my opinion, ZI uncovered a lot of details there also. Every Sunday I do live streams in my Sunny Club Psy. I've done 5 so far. We cover fascinating topics. Our latest one was about methods for receiving information through intention, how to get info from the subtle plane on a purely physical level if you can't directly see the subtle. We also talked about signs and synchronicities, see how to interpret them, Z, and so on. Plus I recorded a super exciting video there about generating energy in your hands, see how to heal with your hands, see and how to see auras, because in fact anyone can learn to see an aura. Many people tried these methods and succeeded. They fanned transparent energy around themselves, which is amazing. It's great to see people awakening their abilities, becoming more conscious of who they really are. In my Telegram channel, so I talk about world events, the global news, giving my subtle, plain perspective on them. Recently, I discussed China taking major steps in geopolitics, how they acted as a peace mediator between Saudi Arabia and Iran, as I also shared my subtle impressions of China's president visiting Moscow. What that visit was really about Zaid and who actually governs Russia. It might not be what you conceive. Say some suspect China is controlling Russia, but there's more to the story. Anyway, V, that's all for today. Is sending you love and hugs fail. Till next time, V, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share my channel. Become a member of my Telegram channel and discuss with like-minded people as a supporting club member.